But we've been so indoctrinated about mushrooms. We've been told that they're bad for us and we shouldn't do this. Well, you got to cook them.
Well, because everybody takes advantage of them,
Right.
Kim. I don't think it's the mushroom itself. I think people don't know how to utilize it properly.
Right.
They go and get high off of it and go and spread stupid crap all over the world. And people are like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
this is bad.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's healing, I don't think not a lot of people know that it's healing.
They don't know it, and they should. They should sit down and just be like, all right, what else can I do to my body to help move this healing journey along?
What about ayahuasca?
I've never done ayahuasca.
Everyone's
I've had some
raving about it.
opportunity to do it. I
Really?
personally don't know if I want to sit around in a group.
I mean, you have
and
to do it with
you
a
do.
person
It's
who's
like the whole point
experienced.
for connecting. Have you done ayahuasca?
Never.
Are you going to do ayahuasca?
Probably never.
Do you ever do any sort of magic mushrooms?
No,
Have you?
I've never.
You
I don't,
never have?
Never have. I
Oh,
just
friend,
like the
next
regular.
time we're here.
Bring me some drugs. Wait till my parents hear this, Kim. I'm like, who's that lady? I love you. You're so funny. But yeah,
Next time.
I've never tried.
we'll talk offline.
And listen, this is what I'm scared of. I think that a lot of people take it for healing purposes.
Yeah.
But also there's so many therapists saying that it's like a narcissistic approach of
Oh,
healing.
really?
Because it's like this faster way of healing versus actually doing the work of healing, which is, I don't know.
I think it forces you to do the work.
It does
100% it forces you to do the work.
Talk about that. What do you mean
I
by
wouldn't
that?
be here if I hadn't done all that work.
So you
I literally
were
took
conscious
mushrooms
to healing
every day for
Really?
6 months, and I sat for 6 to 8 hours and I meditated and I went in.
You are kidding me.
No. I have goosebumps because
No way.
I did it
I
for
like goosebumps on my show.
every day I took mushrooms. Not just lion's mane, turkey tail, reishi, cordyceps,
You took the
maitake.
funny ones.
I took magic mushrooms every day for 6 months.
Stop.
Yeah, I also combined it with Amanita.
Mm-hmm.
So I would do, sometimes in the morning I would do my Amanita because I was getting off of my benzodiazepine Klonopin after 22 years of being on it, 4 milligrams a day. I had
22
such
years,
terrible
Kim.
PTSD. Yeah, terrible.
Who was
terrible.
the psychiatrist that gave that to you for 22 years?
They just pass it along. Each doctor I would go, they'd just write that script still. And then I would try and go away from it. And it was so uncomfortable. And I would get withdrawals.
Oh, they're horrible.
And then I would just be like, well, I can't do that. Like, what else can I do? So that's when I started looking at alternative medicine in order for me. And I don't really like the word alternative medicine, but it really is.
Yeah.
For me personally, I needed to find a way. And sometimes magic mushrooms make you go to the bathroom. So I was like, well, hey, if I'm not going to the bathroom right now and I take these mushrooms, I'm going to go to the bathroom and then I'm going to work on my mind at the same time. I didn't take them as a kid that way.
But Kim,
But I
how
do
did
now.
you sit with those feelings?
Oh, it was very tough.
For
Because I was
6
going through
months.
a lot. I was going through a lot. I had no contact with my family. So I was working on that. My health was terrible.
Do you think that the emotional distress can cause health
Yes.
dilemmas as
Yes.
well?
I feel like, so after I had no contact for 7 years with my parents, in Christmas this last year, I actually went to their house. I showed up at their house on Christmas Eve with a card and seized candy, and we've talked every day since. Yeah. And my health did another spike in better around March of this year. And I found out I had Lyme on the 26th.
Of March?
Of
this year?
December. So the 24th, I saw them. The 26th of December, I found out I had chronic Lyme. And then my health wasn't the greatest the end of last year. In the beginning of this year, I was really struggling with a lot of mental health things and a few physical ailments. Like my hair wasn't really getting thicker and growing back from the mold. And so I started to go back in and figure out in my mind what was going on. And I know it was because my nervous system was so shot from doing all these things.
Compromised,
Yeah. So I do believe the nervous system is really your first way that you need to really focus on anything.
Yeah, and honestly, it is. And also, for a long time, people could be living in this freeze or flight or a fawn mode and not really be aware. But what I love hearing you say is that mushrooms kind of woke you up into
Yes.
that fight mode.
Yeah.
Where you really woke up and said, I really need to take charge of my life.
Yes.
What am I doing?
It did 100%. I was very fortunate that my husband was like, I'm just going to build this log home and I'm going to let you sit in the yard
Do
every
your
day if you
thing.
need to and meditate and
My
really just get
gosh.
after it. And yeah,
So 6 months.
6
It
months.
took you 6 months to kind of be like, okay, this is what I need to do.